Mr. Baird. You're here with three players from Barbados. First thing, your thoughts on the performance of your players here at the tournament?
We came fifth in Suriname last year, and I thought the performances of our players this year was a lot better compared to last year. I find that Alana did extremely well leading up to the finals. She was a little impatient, and her opponent from Suriname was very consistent. She was just getting all the balls back. As I say, she was just a little too impatient.
What are some of the positive things you have noticed with your players?
Well, even though some of them were not doing extremely well in their matches, at least they were still positive and on account of themselves.
Tell us a little about your involvement with tennis back in Barbados.
I'm in charge of the under 13 kids back home. I'm in charge of the development of the younger kids under the age of 11. I'm the director of the GTA and the PTA program back home. And we're trying to involve as many youngsters as possible into tennis.
How widespread is tennis among that age group and generally in Barbados at the moment?
It's very successful. I have about 80-something kids in my program on afternoons after school. Yeah. Very excited to see that the kids are very keen and they're doing well.
Your thoughts on the tournament overall here in Tobago?
Well, I find the tournament here at this venue in Tobago, very nice venue, very well organized, and they put on a good show again.
What are the tournament, the program you'll have?
Well, what is next for me? I'm heading off to Mexico to a regional conference, and hopefully going to that conference they would help me to improve more on my coaching skills and to give me a little more tools to work with my youngsters back home.
And how long have you been involved in tennis?
Well, I've been in charge of tennis at the National Tennis Center back home for the last 15 years, and I hopefully will continue to give my best to the youngsters.
All right, thank you. All the best.
No problem.
Trevor, first thing, your thoughts on the performance of your players here at the tournament?
I'm really proud what they achieved. They gave their best all the time on the court, and it's all I asked for.
When you came here, what were your expectations of them?
My expectations were very high because they were training good, but never know. So I was waiting for the moment, and they did well.
Anybody surprised you particularly in the players?
No, Shelly Daly-Ramdyhan.
Yeah.
She's champion for the girls under 13, and she surprised me a lot because I had her in El Salvador also, and I just thought she was shaky, but this time she was very steady.
Your thoughts on the tournament when you look at the players, the talents, what are your impressions?
They've got a lot of talents up in here. It was a nice tournament. It's a pity for Bahamas and Jamaica who didn't come because we were expecting those because they play good tennis also.
Any other tournaments planned for the year for your players?
When I go home, I'll check with the president of my association, and I think there may be 2 for the year left for us.
All right, thank you. Shelly Daly, coach of the Guyana team here. Your thoughts on the performances of your players here at the 2012 Under 13 Caribbean Development Tennis Championships?
Okay, first of all, I would like to say it was great to have another Guyana tennis team representing Guyana at the 13 and Under Development Tournament. These 3 kids, they are new to tennis in the ITF circuit, and I'm more than pleased with their performance. There were some problems, then we were able to fix it along the way, but like the tournament said, it's a development tournament, and I have seen development in all 3 of the players, especially the girl. She really performed well, and I think that for a first timer, she was able to bring her tennis up to the level as the other girls, and performance for me, it's more than 100% improvement I've seen.
All right, your thoughts on what you have seen in terms of the talent of the other islands represented?
I'm fortunate to have been a part of this particular tournament for a couple of years, dating back to 2006 when Guyana, after being off the ITF circuit for many years, from '06 to date, I've been able to come to these tournaments, and every year I'm more than pleased to see the talent shown from the different countries and with the kids at this age group. And come next year at a lower age, I'm looking forward to, if I'm here, to see more players playing in this tournament. I'm looking forward to seeing the participation of the younger ones because that's where the future is in tennis.
Richard, your thoughts on Grenada's participation here in the 2012 Under-13 Caribbean Development Tournament?
Well, I thought the kids did very well. I think we've exceeded expectation, knowing that the players that came here, they've had virtually no regional experience. Orenfo Ikolo came here as a player who had never been out playing any tournaments. So did Kavia Belfon. Mikel Alexander had probably one tournament last year in Barbados, so nothing of magnitude. So pretty much most of our preparation was all local. But the kids had a consistent follow-up program going through the school term and had our local tournament in July, and then since about the middle of July we were working consistently for about 4 days a week. So I'm very happy with the performance. One of the things was to try to get those boys to qualify into the main draw, and Mikel had a very tough group. The final match that he had to play, he was under a lot of pressure. He had to win it, and convincingly, and he actually finished first in that group. Orenfo got through pretty easily, and then he went all the way to the final and took the champion today to 3 sets, a player who would have played COSAT tournaments and hit it earlier this year. So I'm quite pleased with the performance of the players. Young Kavia, though she didn't make it to the main draw, she played in all the consolation games, and I think she would have got something positive out of this tournament. She, just like the boys, are all products of the JTI program, starting their tennis in primary school, played mini tennis competition, and then now playing this ITF Development Championships.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thanks.
Well, you were one of the coaches with the Trinidad and Tobago team here at the Under-13 Caribbean Development Championships. Your thoughts on the performance of the national team?
I guess the guys performed pretty well, as the tournament clearly says, a development tournament, and a lot was learned in the tournament after a briefing. And these guys, throughout the tournament, I just saw confidence growing and growing, guys and girls. The confidence has kept growing, and in me personally, I think they gave a good account of themselves, and they represented Trinidad and Tobago. I just look forward. I hope that they stick to the plan and more tournaments, and they continue doing what they're doing.
I'm sure you're hoping at least to get 1 or 2 in a final. Being at home.
It was tough. I mean, I had Arnold in the semi-final, and tough match. He lost in the semi-final, and the guys, we were in the semi-finals of the doubles also, and tough luck again. They came up against some tough opponents. I mean, the better player won that day, and I mean, tough luck.
Any other player you probably want to single out, or some of the positives of the tournament for your team?
Emma Davis actually stood out to me. Actually, determination. She keep growing. She keep growing in from each match. I mean, and she shows a lot of potential for the future. So I just hope that she stays on focus and continue doing what she has to do. Also, Joshua and Scott Hackshaw. Unfortunately, he left through injury, illness. So I mean, I just hope that he actually recovers. I wish him the best also, and he has a positive future also, a bright future.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.